Okay, my name is James with G. Welcome to Comfort Habit number 2. I'm going to talk about martial arts. I'm also going to go live on Facebook in like a split second. But before I do that, I wanted to pull up some props, but apparently that ain't going to happen. I can't find my nunchucks. Well, that's just fantastic. Alright. That's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to pull up my nunchucks. What the hell is this? Oh. It's some kind of instrument of destruction. No, it's just a fucking, like, tweezer case or something. Yeah, it's like a tweezer. It's this kind of thing. Alright. So I'm going to talk about martial arts. So, I should probably log back into Facebook real quick. Among other things. Okay. Okay, people. Since my friend Courtney outed me, I might as well do it. So I'm going to talk about martial arts. Alright? Something I haven't done in 3 years in my life because of my hip replacement. I haven't done martial arts. I'm probably going to drop these. Yeah, probably better not do that again. Like I said, I haven't done martial arts in 3 years. But these are Sais, mostly made famous by the Ninja Turtle Raphael. And since most people don't understand or know that ninjutsu actually began in China, and Japan just kind of perfected it and changed it. And just like every martial art, everything evolves. Now, the one thing you must know about martial arts is that each martial arts style is same but different. It's same in the fact that the means to an end is to defend and protect yourself and others from bad people. However, bad people also know martial arts. And the reason I said I'm going to point that out. Not every hero starts off as a hero, and not every villain starts off as a villain. But the thing is, with martial arts, martial arts is a system of fighting techniques. Some involving pressure points, some involving animal styles. For instance, tiger, dragon, snake. Those are animal styles. Drunken master or drunken monkey. Those are animal and human styles. And then you break down into the essentials. You have judo, you have karate, you have kung fu, you have certain styles of kung fu, northern and southern Shaolin, you have Chinese martial arts, Korean martial arts, Japanese martial arts, Filipino martial arts. You have Samoan martial arts. Yes, Samoans have martial arts. And then you break it down into Jamaican martial arts and Brazilian martial arts, which is capoeira or limwada. These styles involve dance, and they were used historically to pass messages on about the escape to freedom for those who escaped. For those who did not escape, it was still a good way of combat and a good way of training. And the thing about martial arts is, depending on your teacher, you don't need a whole lot of lessons. Now the thing is, and I'm probably going to get a lot of fingers for this, right in the actual ass, a true martial arts teacher doesn't really teach you the martial art the way you think did you see in the movies. All right, a true martial art teacher unlocks your true potential so that you can excel. Your skill level improves as you improve. The teacher will unlock everything within you, and then you carry it on. When they say practice makes perfect, they literally mean that. That means you go home, you practice every day. You need to eat, breathe, and sleep martial arts. Now, it doesn't really matter what style you study because, ineffective, it is not the style that is better than the other style. It is the person who's using the style and their commitment to learning everything about it. So you have a lot of MMA fighters, you have a lot of traditional fighters. You need to choose which one you're going to be. Now, here's my advice before you go getting all uppity and start saying shit and James doesn't know what he's talking about. I advise you to be the jack of all trades, because the more martial arts you learn, the more you can learn how to fight them. I took many martial arts styles for one reason. Not to become the next Bruce Lee, but so that if I'm ever in combat, if I'm ever confronted, and I can recognize a style, then I can beat it. Now, when I was in the military, they taught us Horace Gracie's Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu when I was in Delta, and they taught us, I don't know the guy's name, but it was a stand-up fighting style when I was in Bravo. So, that being said, before I ever got to the military, I was already a martial artist. I've taken up many different multiple martial art styles for one reason and one reason only, and that's because I'm 5'3" and people like picking on me. But you can't pick on someone who's 5'3" when they're standing on your fucking neck. Right? Yes, I probably shouldn't have said it that way, but here's the thing. If you decide to pursue a martial art, I advise you to first do your research. Alright? I'm saying this because when I was younger, I didn't have to do research. I picked the style that I wanted to do, and I started it. But when I started taking karate, I was 7 years old. It was freestyle karate. There were no belts. There was no katas. It was taught in a whole different fashion. When I got into Taekwondo, I learned something totally different. I was like, what the fuck is this? There was katas, and there was forms, and there was belts, and there was all this other stuff, and there was freestyle sparring, but there wasn't a whole lot of other things outside of you're gonna break this brick to get a belt, you know. And in traditional martial arts, most of the time, brick breaking is something that I believe is more of an American thing. I haven't met too many Chinese people who tell me, yeah, we break bricks. No, that just means you're strong. It doesn't mean you can fight. And strength without direction does not make you a great fighter. Strength without knowledge does not make you a great fighter. It just makes you strong. And it also means you very well could just be getting lucky in battle. Then again, if you know martial arts and your opponent does not, I wouldn't say it wasn't fair, but if he's bigger than you, let's just say it's fair. Alright? In other words, let's just meet in the middle and say, well, if he stepped out of the line and decided that he wanted to fight you because he's bigger than you, and you beat the hell out of him and you're standing on his neck, well, it's kind of the line he chose. Here's the thing about martial arts. Martial arts is not a promise of you becoming the next Bruce Lee. It's not. There's no guarantee. You are going to either really get really good at martial arts or you're going to be really bad at martial arts. It's one way or the other. Now, here's the thing, though. You have different reasons of using martial arts. Let's say you want to get paid. See how that snagged out. Can't rewind that shit. Can't edit it. Y'all saw it. Got snagged in my Afghan cover thingy. So you want to do shows. So you learn how to do these. You got the sai. You wrap it. You work it. You break into ninjas poses. You know. So this is Hollywood martial arts. Alright? So you guys are fighting. Cling, cling, cling. They teach you how to make the combat look real. And most of that is camera tricks. Alright? Because a lot of people that are good martial artists, they hire them to get hit by the actors. Alright? So, now, if you're going to be on a Jackie Chan, a Sammo, or a Jet Li, or other people that I'm not going to name's level, these guys have been doing this since they were 4. So, yeah, 4. The age number 4. So, depending on your cultural background, a lot of Asian cultures, a lot of their kids start when they're 4. You don't have to believe me, but the Thai fighters start their kids off at 3. Google it. Google's everyone's friend. It's maybe not mine, but it's everyone's friends. And do not Google things that will wind up being porn. But for the most part, if you're going to do a martial art, before you go to any person in the world to teach you, you want to do your research. Because you have competition martial arts, which you really only use in the dojo, which is teaching you katas and how to fight and everything, but you're not really accomplishing your martial art goal. And if you're going to MMA, unless you plan on going professional, don't waste your time. Now, I say that, I'm not insulting MMA. Don't get me wrong, because basically, I've done MMA. I've learned many different martial arts so that I can combat these martial artists who have different skills than mine. If I can recognize a skill, I can more than likely combat that skill and do my damnedest to beat it. Now, doesn't mean I can beat the person. It means I can beat the skill. There is a difference. You can beat the skill, and you can beat the person if you know how strong your endurance is. So, as a martial artist, people have always asked me, is it better to be stronger or tougher? It's better for you to formulate your own opinion, but for me, it was better to be tougher, because if I can take a beating, I can outlast my opponent. And if I can take a beating, I can still win, even though he may think that I'm losing. One thing you must understand, because a lot of martial arts teachers will tell you, that you never underestimate your opponent, and you never overestimate yourself. Never think that you're the baddest thing walking because you can beat somebody bigger than you. There may be somebody smaller than you that comes along and puts you in your place. Now again, the thing about martial arts, and the thing you must learn, that it is a way of life. It is not just a fighting skill that you've seen on TV and you picked it up like, oh, I'm going to be the next Deadpool. I'm going to whirl these things like Raphael, and I'm going to do all this fancy shit. In a real fight, if you put your fingers through here like this, and somebody takes a sword, you're going to be a fingerless fuck. So you don't want to do that. So, weapons and things are cool. They work great in movies. The dynamics and the psychotics of it and the laws of physics don't always apply in film. Where in real life, I go into combat like this. Because any weapon that you take into combat, if that person's an ace and you're a novice, they're just going to take it from you. And then they're going to use it on you. So why would you set yourself up for that? So I'm going to end this with this. If you are a beginner, the best weapon that you will ever learn how to work is a long-range weapon known as a bow stab. This is a colorful. It's made out of bamboo. I just taped it up. So, you have range. That way, no one can get you unless you really suck at swinging. If that's the case, first, learn how to play baseball. Then get a chick to teach you how to whirl a baton. And then combine the two. Once you can do that, you should be able to swing a bow stab without a problem. I'm going to do a martial art demonstration. People on Kung Fu Havoc have seen it, and people here on Facebook, just go to Kung Fu Havoc #2. I did one with the chain. I put all my videos up. I will put my videos up for the simple fact that, until I'm cleared from the doctor, I can't physically do martial arts, and I haven't done martial arts in 3 whole years. But as soon as I'm clear, there will be martial arts on this channel. There will be martial art videos out the fucking wazoo. Because I miss doing what I love. So, if you like martial arts, then become the martial arts. You can't just learn a martial art, you must become the martial arts. And that's where a lot of teachers screw you over. Because they're all about their cash. Most teachers will only teach you what they want you to know. They won't teach you the truth. And if you want to know the truth, well, here it is in a nutshell. Before martial arts had a name, it existed. Before martial arts became what it is today, it existed. And it existed on a level of only some of the highest of warriors knew. Other warriors picked it up after getting beat down by it. And sometimes a good beating helps you grow. Don't go around beating up people, though. I'm not promoting that shit. But to be a good martial artist, it does help to find a teacher. Preferably one that knows multiple styles. But if you have one teacher that's really good at one fucking style, let's say if you get blessed, now this probably will mostly only work for Asian people. If you get blessed to find a direct disciple of Yip Man in Wing Chun, and they teach their school and their students that way, which 9 times out of 10, if you're not Chinese or Asian, they probably won't take you. Then again, they might. Times have changed. But if you were going to the Wing Chun school of Bruce Lee or Jun Fan, then you have a better chance of learning Jeet Kune Do and stuff like that. That would probably be the best for you. But if you're trying to go to traditional schools, like say you travel all the way to China to go there, I will say good luck with that because I've been told by people that they don't generally take people of color. All right, or in that case, of non-color. But you never know. You find a good teacher. You find a teacher that's willing to teach you what you need to know, and then you carry yourself through the door of thought, and everything that else will come natural. When martial arts becomes second nature to you, there's nothing else left to learn. I'm J.S. Williams Jr. Be seeing you. Uh oh. Couldn't get this to work. Later, guys.